Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2016 Atlantic Challenge Cup here in Chicago. What a fantastic day we have here for you. Two matches in the afternoon session, followed by 3 this evening. Up today is 2 doubles matches, then followed 3 singles. So now I'm going to introduce the teams to you. So ladies and gentlemen, from Europe, please give a big hand for the captain, Thomas Prigmanis. Followed by Diana Koteva. Christina Tkach. Maxime Dudanets. Vitaly Patsura. Andreas Madsen. And Christian Twickler. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Europe. Gentlemen, the host, Team USA. Please give a big hand for the captain, Earl Munson. April Larson. Serena Black. Chris Robinson. Shane Wolford. Sierra Reams. Emily Herpel. Tyler Howell. And Zach Gorganos. So, ladies and gentlemen, well, Thomas and Earl, big day for you guys today and your teams. Is there? I'm going to go to Thomas first because they're in the lead a little bit here over you guys and girls. So, Thomas, leading after day 1, 2-1. Was that what you were expecting, or should it have been 3-0 in your opinion?
Well, we wanted to lead 3-0, but you know, the Team USA showed such a great performance. It could be 0-3. So, you know, in the start, it's always tricky. You never know how it goes.
So you're sort of finding your feet here, summoning up the American opponents, and are you ready for them today?
Of course.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Yeah.
So back to you now, Earl. I mean, obviously a little trailing deficit here, only 1 game. It's got to be a good positive feeling in the American camp, I think.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we were down last year 1-2, and we come back on them, and all of our players, you know, they won a game, so they got that thrill of victory under their belt, and so we're ready. We regrouped. We had some issues, but we're ready. We're rested up, and we're ready to fire out.
That's cool. 5 matches today, Earl. How many do you want to win?
We want to win them all.
All 5. There you go. There's a bit of a... They are putting their marker down. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the doubles up next. First of all, we have the boys' doubles. From Europe, Maxime Dudanets against Andreas Madsen, with Andreas Madsen, playing against Chris Robinson and Ricky Evans. Everybody else, ladies and gentlemen, please take your places. Thank you very much. like to introduce Mr. Ricky Bryant here on the floor. And over on the score, Mr. Rick Donner. And so, ladies and gentlemen, nothing more for me to say apart from let's get it on and into the commentary box with Jerry Forsyth. Thank you.
You're live.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We're coming to you from Chicago, Illinois, and the Atlantic Challenge Cup. My name is Mark Wilson, and alongside me is the one and only Jerry Forsyth. Jerry, welcome aboard, and tell us, what is the Atlantic Challenge Cup?
This event has been 4 years in the making. The first actual event was last year in Europe. It's a co-production of the European Pocket Billiard Federation and the Billiard Congress of America. And they've put together a fantastic team of sponsorship companies who put up the money for this event. And it's just a way to showcase the skills of junior players worldwide. I don't know. I'm just so impressed with the play that we've seen so far. I had no idea that 15 to 19-year-old young people could play this well, but I am extremely impressed. I haven't seen a single shaking arm yet.
You know, the poise and maturity, and here they are playing in what would be considered the Super Bowl of youth pool right here. Mm-hmm. And it's a terrific honor to represent your country, but great seasoning and a bright outlook for the future of our sport here in the United States.
Yeah, I just hope there are a lot of young people watching that can be inspired to go out and play this game. It's a fantastic game. Develops all kinds of self-discipline, focus. You have to be able to stay in the moment to play this game, so it teaches a lot of maturity.
The U.S. trails in the match 2-1. These matches are races to 6, and you know, this match figures to be a toss-up because ostensibly the two best players for both teams are out there, but it'll be pivotal for Team USA because if they fall behind here, it could create maybe a negative spiral.
Could be a snowball, yeah. Well, we have Madsen Dudanets leading off.
We've had a fair number of illegal breaks, and this looks like it will be one. And you want to explain what constitutes an illegal break?
Yeah, for an illegal break, actually to make a legal break, after you break the rack open, 3 of the object balls have to pass the head string, which is the second diamond from the head of the table up there. Now, if you make 2 balls go past the head string and 1 ball goes in the pocket, that counts. Or if you make 3 balls in the pocket, that counts. But at any rate, you've got to make action happen on 3 balls on that break shot.
And that's to make a power break in effect, so you can't soft break and play a shot.
Right. We don't want any defensive breaks. We want this to be an open offensive format.
Here's a little Ricky Evans, great player since he was about 6 or 7 years old. A natural type of player. Opens up with a nice, great shot there to kind of capture the table.
Well, I believe he wound up on the wrong side of the 2 ball. His cue ball is going to be moving away from the 3, so he's going to have to settle for a longer shot than he would like.
Yeah, Ricky's saying, just get me over here. Is he suggesting going 3 rails?
I wouldn't think so. There's too much traffic.
You know, this is the tipping point, is that unforced errors is what's going to dictate the outcome of this match, and you can easily play a safety from here. So if you find it terribly distasteful, and
yeah, he tried to
decision.
cheat the pocket, and he may get lucky. He did indeed. Anytime a ball falls, it counts.
Well, I don't think he was cheating the pocket because he missed that by a good measure from pretty straight in. So I think he was trying to play a safety there, 2 cushions back and forth and get separation. But he clipped the object ball going past it. Couldn't have turned out better for the Team USA.
Well, luck certainly helps in this game.
Evans has been confident throughout. Chris Robinson has struggled just a little bit, and then I've noticed that his head lifts on the most difficult of shots, and it's cost him dearly.
Yeah, but, you know, he won 3 out of 4 matches yesterday in one set, so he's got the ability to win.
He's got super firepower. I think the world of him. He'll be at Lindenwood this coming fall.
Mark Wilson is the coach, the billiard coach at Lindenwood University. So he's quite familiar with these young people.
Ricky's faced with a thin back cut 3-cushion position, then onto the 6 ball.
That's not easy.
Later this evening, we'll have some singles play coming to you. 2 doubles matches this afternoon.
Yeah. In a Scotch doubles format, by the way, each player plays one shot. You play a shot, then your partner plays the next shot. So you're always trying to play position for your partner.
Ricky's known to be a very good shot maker. Missed the 5 ball. I pretty much put the broadcaster's curse on him.
Happens all the time.
But he is a good little shot maker. He was playing my Lindenwood players about 4 years ago, and he was much smaller than he is in stature, and they thought, well, now isn't this little feller cute? And then he beat all of them. So that was good. Madsen with a relatively routine shot here. Plays position for a 2-cushion shot here now. Cue ball will travel down to play the 7 back into the side pocket. He hit a little bit on the thin side of the pocket. Worked out perfect, though.
Yeah, he can just play a stop shot here. I'd give him enough angle off the 8 to work back to the 9.
You know, both of these guys, Madsen and Dudanets, both list that their future is as a professional pool player. So they're very committed. They play in pro tournaments.
Yeah, I know Dudanets has done fairly well playing against adults.
He overran ideal position, but he's picked up a nice straight-in shot for his partner here in the corner pocket, who takes a moment to collect himself. We are using a shot clock here, 35 seconds. And glides the 9 ball into the pocket for Team Europe, who leads this match 1-0.
And our referee will put the rack together for us. Give our young people a chance to take a drink of water.
You know, both of our referees, Rick Donner and Ricky Bryant, do a stellar job.
Yeah, they're quite devoted to the game.
Admirable and thankless.
Yeah, it sure is. It's tough being a referee because you have to be heavily involved in the game, but the ideal is to be invisible.
Right. Yeah, it's a good bit of work. There's a fair amount of groundwork before the match takes place and after the match, and then actually during the match it's fairly intense because they feel responsible to make sure everything is administered in a fair fashion.
Well, there's so much you have to watch. You know, bad hits, double hits, the break rule you have to be aware of.
Shot clock.
Yeah, I don't
timeouts, all those things.
Yeah, I don't envy them.
Good look at Team USA supporting their players.
Yeah.
All right, Ricky Evans will be breaking here. Inspects the rack.
He's looking for any crack between 2 balls.
A lot of these players look for what's known as the L track, and that kind of helps the wing ball to find.
Right.
So should there be a gap, these players are. Well, the evolution of the break has come a long ways now where it's more scientific than ever before, but that also has contributed to some of the illegal breaks because they're playing some of the cut breaks here to get the wing ball and the 1 ball.
I think we know too much about the rack now.
Perhaps so.
It used to be hit them hard. That was all there was to it.
Well, this break is legal.
But it's dry, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. Well, he's got to be cueing over that 6 ball. That's not going to be terribly comfortable.
No, and it's going to require a thin hit. This is a case where if you ever slightly hit off center on the cue ball, you introduce so much squirt and then masse effect as well.
Right.
And it really contributes to an ease of missing this ball, despite the fact that the 6 ball, or the 1 ball, is only 6 inches from the pocket. Nice look there. The female European stars. Well, that was a nice hit.
But ball in hand now to Team USA. And that just shows you that that shot is a challenge.
Right, right.
There's too many things to have to take into consideration. Had to avoid the 4 ball.
The issue in front of them now is the 5-9 combination. Do they want to try to take that on? Because it's going to be awkward to get on in such a fashion that it plays real routinely.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see the shape he plays on the 3.
And the 3's on the far end of the table. You wouldn't mind billiarding the 2 ball into the pocket off the 9 and removing that, but it's not easy.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's not easy to acquire. That's what the discussion is, however, unless they're going to go ahead and play a combination. But it doesn't look like a combination on the 9's feasible. So
that's what he's aiming.
The combination?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll be an exciting play. I thought it might be the carom shot.
Well, when you're young, you have a lot of courage. Courage doesn't always pay off, however.
I think the idea was good of moving the 9, but I don't think that was the proper approach. I think he should have played the 2 and sailed the cue ball down table. So this is a somewhat of an unforced error. Ball in hand, and you didn't pocket a ball. Something's wrong. You know, it doesn't contribute to success. Unforced errors is what dictates the outcome of these matches. The uninitiated observer would say, well, he didn't leave a very good shot. But the problem is control of the table went to Europe, who can now play a return good safety.
Yeah. Yeah, it's critical to control the table. That way you control your opponent.
And there's enough of the random luck effects in there, but you cannot contribute to your own demise. You know, you have to, whenever you get a chance to capture a ball or take control of the table, and you could have pocketed the 2 and went down and played safe on the 3 if you didn't like it.
Well, a little early match nerves being shown here.
Yep. Now the arrangement of the balls suggests that they're going to be forced to play a 5-9 combination. And that's not entirely distasteful. If you fall on it really well, it pockets pretty freely. And if you get in trouble, oh, well, there's a fortunate miss.
Oh, but you've set up a 2-9 combination.
Open table miss. Ricky's encouraging his opponent to play the 9.
Combinations are tough because your angle of error just shrinks to almost nothing.
Robinson needs to keep his head super still here. This is the ones that he was flinching at. Stayed down pretty well. It's just a tough shot.
Now getting shape on the 3 is going to require some traveling music.
Yeah, and there's so much clutter. It looked like Maxime was suggesting that maybe he should play something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot that can go wrong with this shot. Wanted to be behind that 4. He may have gotten there.
That was a well played and well designed shot, because even if he leaves an open look at the 2, it's not going to be easy to pocket anything.
Our players are playing on the Connelly Competition Pro table. We are using Aramith Pro Cup balls, and the surface is Simonis 860 cloth.
That's a good shot.
That's a very good shot.
From that range and that awkward of a hit to leave it that type of an arrangement, that was well played, experienced. decision making there.
Takes away all hope of getting shape on the 3, even if you make the 2.
Yeah, I think Maxime's going to be forced to play a safety in return.
Yeah. Probably going to see some defense here for a while.
Oh, he hit that nice. Yeah, he did quite a bit with that shot. Robinson looking to see if he can kick in behind the 2.
Yeah, his problem is he can't come into it solid. It doesn't appear. He can't leave the cue behind the 6.
And you send the 2 down by the 3. If you leave an open shot, now the possibility of leaving an open run out certainly enhanced. Sometimes in a spot like this, okay, this is not a great shot. You're almost better to take a foul and just go ahead and give up ball in hand and try to tie something else up.
Right.
Because now, well, maybe the 2 doesn't pass, but it's still not going to be good because he can wedge the cue ball up against the 6. So
Yeah, the USA is not going to like their next shot.
no, they're going to have to bet on some type of a execution error by Team Europe now to get back into this rack.
Yeah, he's going to send the 2 ball 3 rails back down to the other end of the table and try and leave the cue ball right behind the 6 ball. This is a very popular safety among the pros.
The amateur would be inclined to just play a soft speed shot and tickle the cue ball up on the 6, but that doesn't get any separation, which
Right.
makes the ball imminently hittable. His speed's off here, Jerry.
Yeah, he didn't get there at all.
Yeah. That one you have to make sure that you air way too strong because then it drops down the end rail, and even if he gets open look, the best he has is some type of a bank.
Do you believe that 3 passes the 7?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the idea was good there, but the execution let him down, and so Team USA got just what they needed, an execution error. Good speed, good judgment. Ricky Evans reminds me of maybe like a very young Keith McCready in terms of his cues cocked to the inside a little bit,
Yeah.
and his ability to just feel the table. You can see he's one of those instinctive players as opposed to a mechanical or tactical type player. And then Ricky grew up with his brothers who are great players already, so he's always played under a lot of pressure because they run out. You know,
Yeah.
Here he is by far 4 or 5 years the youngest. And it's just toughened him up, and he's comfortable, and there's some potential for a future with him. See how his elbow's off to the side just a little bit?
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you're very young, you're too short to have it straight up. But you can see he's just uncanny accuracy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Guys with off-kilter strokes like McCready and Alan Hopkins, they've always amazed me the way they can make balls.
Right. Well, Evans is a fearless shot maker. Even when he misses, he doesn't miss it because he doubts it. He misses it like he means it. You know, he gets in there,
Yeah.
puts on a quality swing.
Watch out, side pocket.
Okay, that's nerves. I mean, the side pocket's been there for an eternity, and he's scratching that side pocket. And the pros, even at the risk of not getting proper position, you have to take the scratch out of the play.
Right.
You go at it, fail to get position, but not an unforced error of this magnitude where it's ball in hand, 4 balls, open table.
Yeah, the only challenge now is to get on the 7 ball so that you can travel back down table for the 8, and that's not a huge challenge. And Madsen's tall enough that the stretch isn't going to hurt him.
Yeah, I really thought the cue ball should have come back much, much further. He took a kind of a conservative route, but this is not easy to get on the 8 now due to the fact that the 9's in the way. He may have to introduce a little bit of an inside spin. He's jacked up over a ball, and it just plays awkward, given that you had ball in hand on the previous shot.
Well, if he touches that 8 ball with his shirt, it's a foul. And you can see the referee studying it closely. If that 8 ball gets touched, it doesn't have to move. It just has to be touched, and it's a foul.
Boy, he made that look easy. He handled that real smooth. So good composure. A little bit straight. Might go rail first. Might be able to just stun out. He was able to stun it up. Perfect position.
Madsen to take rack number 2. It's a race to 6, and Team Europe leads 2-0. America needs to start making things happen right now.
Yeah, and that confidence and momentum is infectious for the rest of the team, too, because some of the other players, these are probably the 2 stars of Team Europe.
Yeah.
And some of the other players probably have little residual doubts or anxieties. And then when you see these guys step up and perform, it didn't like, well, even if I make a mistake, it's okay because we got our guys, our horses out here in front. We're leading 2-1 or 3, or we'll maybe be 3-1. And that will further embolden those players.
Coming up next, we're going to have another Scotch doubles match. This time it will be the ladies. Christina Takash and Diana Kojeva will take on April Larson and Serena Black. So be sure to stay tuned for that.
You know, on a special note today, we want to send a birthday wish out to Jeanette Lee, the Black Widow.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Jeanette. We really appreciate all the help she gave these players. Everyone went down to her training camp in Florida, had a week of intense instruction from herself and Johnny Archer and Nick Varner and Tom Rossman. A lot of people have contributed to this event.
Yeah, very commendable. Johnny Archer contributed too, so that needs to be recognized. Madsen breaking now, rack number 3. Well, it's going to be an illegal break.
Yes, it is. And this is the kind of opportunity that America has to cash in on.
Except they don't have a shot, but yes, I agree. They need to capture this rack.
They do have the push-out available. In a push-out, the player can move the cue ball anywhere on the table he wishes, does not have to contact a ball, doesn't have to make a ball. And then when his opponent comes to the table, the opponent can either accept the shot or turn it back over to the original shooter and let him solve his own problem. Players usually have a favorite shot they will push to. Johnny Archer always likes to push out to a long, thin cut. Jump shot players like to push out to a jump shot. You got to push out to something you think you can make and the other fella can't.
Evans seems to be. Oh,
there's our birthday girl, Jeanette Lee, in the tiara. Well, she's the queen of the game, so she deserves the tiara.
Evans up to kick off the end rail.
That not the result he was hoping for, but the table's gotten pretty crowded down here in the lower left corner.
I should say. Yeah, there's a lot of clutter there.
Getting shape on the 2 is going to be a little bit iffy because you've got so many balls that you have to make sure you stay clear of.
Easy to get hooked and also easy to be distracted and miss the one ball trying to maneuver the cue ball.
Yep.
Oh, very well struck, but
he's got shape.
Solid land on the 4 that stopped the cue ball, or near ideal position.
That helped clear the table up by removing that 4. Got to make sure he gets shape on the 3 so he can go up table for the 5.
Maxime going to try to thread the cue ball between the 7 and 9.
Gets there. He nearly nicked that 9 ball, but nearly doesn't count.
And it wouldn't have hurt him anyway if he had nicked it on the high side.
Right.
The, Jerry, Simonis cloth, the standard of the industry, and even if you gave me a different brand, I'm still buying Simonis.
Yeah.
Really.
Right.
For what it produces and what it provides, and then all their support for every event. You never go to an event that Simonis doesn't help. Yeah, it's a great value for the money.
I've always had Simonis on my table. I remember the days before Simonis cloth when we were playing on that toothy wool and cloth, and boy, you had to play with a 21-ounce cue to move the cue ball around the table.
It certainly took some of the polish and refinement of the game out of it, just because you'd have to use brute force as it got broke in. Big draw stroke here. He had a little left English on there, and it did not really land nice as two of the American coaches look on. Look at this. There was a hint of left on there.
There is a problem with this shot.
Or a hint of right, I should say.
They're suggesting a safety where the 9-ball goes to the middle of the foot rail and the cue ball goes way up table. That may be the better choice here.
It's not easy because the cue ball's down below the 9. It would require a good shot. He's going to go ahead and bank and just hope that leaves it tough if he misses. He's not going to miss, though.
Wow, what a great shot under pressure from Andreas Madsen. They now lead our race to 6, 3-0. They're halfway home. America yet to leave the gate.
Yeah, they've stumbled out of the gate just a little bit here, and then the momentum has shifted, and now there's an immense monkey on the back.
Please do consider our sponsors when you're making buying choices. You can see them listed on the board around the room: McDermott Cues, Master Chalk, Aramith Balls, Connelly Tables, Simonis, Imperial International, Peach Hour Cues, the Brad Scuffer. We've got an awful lot of help with this event, and we certainly appreciate their support. Your commentary team is here thanks to Atlas Billiard Supply and Matchroom Sport Predator Cues. We also have Peach Hour Cues sponsoring this event, Viking Cues. A lot of people have jumped on board with this event.
Score 3-0. You're up. USA breaking, rack 4.
Chris Robinson sets the cue ball near the rail in an effort to make the 1 or the 8, the 8 being the wing ball, most likely to find the pocket. Oh, he laid into those.
He hit that like a cannon.
Dry break. Dudanets inspecting to see if the 1 goes past the 4 freely. First shot after the break, the shot clock goes to 60 seconds. Thereafter, it'll be 35 seconds per turn. You get 1 extension per rack.
And that extension is 25 more seconds.
The 9 ball does win on the break. This is not a call shot game.
It must be a narrow path.
Looks like he's queuing up for the combination. He's going way low, and with that long of a backswing, I think he is playing the combination. Yeah, that was a shot to nothing because he didn't have position anyway.
Right.
The shot wasn't that far off the pocket, so that really wasn't the right shot. It's okay to play it, but you have to make sure you win if you're going to play something that iffy. So that was maybe just a little inexperience there.
Referee checking to see if this ball is frozen. Reason being, after contact, you have to drive the ball to another rail if that object ball is frozen.
We expect to see a safety play here. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. Could kick at this 1 or 2 rails. I think he will go 2 rails, though, because it's more likely to leave separation. A little bit easier hit. They're going to go ahead and burn their extension right here, realizing that this might be the very pivotal shot of the whole rack. It's one of the occasions where 2 cushions provides a slightly bigger approach angle to the ball.
Yeah, but with no contact, America gets ball in hand.
Team USA really needs to take advantage of this opportunity because they've let a couple slip away here early on.
Yeah.
They could reclaim some momentum, just trail by 2 games, feel much better about their performance.
Yeah, they need to build their confidence right now.
Looks like he fell just a little bit awkward on the 2. An ideal angle to transfer to the 3. I think Ricky will have to go top spin, 1 cushion. Now he's going to play it in the corner. Oh, he brushed it off. What a great shot that was. Yeah.
That's going to work out very well.
That's experience. He recognized he had the wrong angle to really get position on the 3, so move it away from the side so that Robinson has a pretty easy play. Got the old afternoon 5:15 coming by, Jerry.
Yeah.
That's a train I'm talking about.
Taking people to Chicago.
Robinson falls a little short, cued the ball a little too low to really get enough spin. They're going to need the bridge. They stopped the shot clock. This is a thin cut, and that does not mean position on the 5 ball's routine at all.
Yeah, the 9 ball and the 6 ball could be very ugly factors right now.
Evans might be playing safe. No, he's spinning it. No, he was able to handle that. Oh, great shot.
Yeah.
He made the most of that. That was not easy, and that was a highly risky shot. Good shot there by Robinson, but the cue ball checked up kind of straight. Look at that. Really short. I'm really surprised by that. When I left that second cushion, I thought it would open up a little bit more. Now that is going to be a safety play. Look at Ricky Evans laid in there.
That is a thing of beauty to have that kind of control over your cue ball.
Whenever you play safe and your opponent has to kick more than 1 rail, it's a darn good safety.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this. He's going to have to kick 3 cushions awkwardly and not be able to, even if he impacts it going 3 cushions, he's not going to get separation. So the best he can hope for is they're going to have a bank shot or another safety. Yeah, this is treacherous as could be. Yeah, that way short. Good job there, Ricky Evans. Land that in there.
For neophytes, when you get ball in hand, you get to place the ball anywhere on the table you wish. It's not like the old days where you had to shoot out of the kitchen.
A little bit below center. How's his speed?
A little overcooked.
Evans is looking like he can back cut the 7, but our vantage point looks like that's really tough. But I will default towards Ricky Evans' judgment because he is a real good player and he can see it much better than we can. Good shot. Good shot. You can see that Ricky is clearly, once he gets his momentum and tempo together, you can see he'd be a handful for anyone to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No problem there.
an
Little
unexpected contact, but one that works out well. And Team USA takes their first rack. Now trails 3-1 in our race to 6.
Kind of a messy rack that time.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Team USA a much needed win. whenever you're playing in a big tournament or match, you will never really do well unless you rally from some kind of hideous position and claim that. So you're not going to win a big tournament unless you can steal a match like this where you go down 3-0, you're not playing well, all of a sudden you catch your rhythm. Then the next follow-up matches, sometimes you win a couple pretty much wire to wire, and now you're right dead back in it.
Right.
So I always look at this as an opportunity as opposed to a detrimental circumstance. I think, oh, I'm down 3-0. Hey, I might win this tournament now.
Yeah, in the first match yesterday, Europe was down 3-1, and then it just seemed like in a heartbeat they were leading 5-3. So that comeback, comeback is amazing.
And then the U.S. rallied to win that, which was remarkable.
Yep, won it on the hill.
Very exciting. I enjoyed that one immensely. In fact, Ricky Evans made the last 9 ball, and it was not that easy of a shot with all the pressure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very nice.
Maxime has found a gap that he doesn't care for in the rack. We're using a template.
Score 3-1, Europe. Europe breaking.
Two balls the wing ball he's trying to make, or the one on the side.
The one inside was beginning to go long yesterday afternoon because of the humidity, but it sure went dead in the hole that time.
And the wing ball.
And the wing ball. Does he have anything on the 2?
Well, first things first, that was a legal break because the ball went.
Right, that was a legal break.
He'd have to jump it, I think. And it's a jump to nothing, so I don't think he'll play a jump shot. Doesn't look like it's easy to run out, even if you pocketed the 2.
Whatever he does here, he does not want to disturb the 3-4. That makes the table tougher for America should they get back up there.
Push.
A push. Left a long tester.
Yeah, this is a safety play. It's either play safe on the 2 or the 3, and I think you'd rather play on the 2, but you're not forced to play that shot. So you can pass this one back, not suffer a whole lot. Trying to get the cue ball back down behind the 3 and 4 from here is super difficult. You can scratch, and there's a lot of clutter. Hey, that was a pretty good hit.
Oh, what bad luck.
Hand broke open the 3.
Left a 3-9 combo if they wish to take it on.
Yeah.
Although the way the table's laid out, I'd rather run it out.
And especially with ball in hand, you don't have to play position for that. You can play the 3 clean into the other pocket.
Absolutely.
Chris Robinson really has not found his good game yet. And, you know, it's fairly fractured, and you only get a turn every once in a while, and then you're starting to go a little bit bad.
It's hard to keep your rhythm in Scotch doubles.
Yeah. Or triples or team event. He hasn't yet to play a singles match. He looked super confident yesterday, and today he looks just a little like he's questioning himself.
Well, we'll get to see these folks in their normal game tonight. We have singles matches for you. Getting it 7:30 Eastern Time. Please come back and visit with us then. And they've decided to play for the combination.
No, I guess they did then. That's
the courage of youth. Oh, but that's always the problem with combinations. Now he did a good 2-way shot there where he wound up safe when he missed. Now it's a dangerous table because the 9 ball's hanging in a hole. Doesn't want to leave that 3 ball down here by the 9. because he can play the 3-ball, come down table for the 4-9.
Sure. Start the clock.
I think we're going to see a 3 or 4 cushion position play here.
Yeah. Around the world.
Yeah, very nice speed, well executed, 3 cushions. A very routine combination this time. Andreas captures the combination and puts Team Europe ahead 4-1.
All but 2 of the European players have their own private coaches. And private coaching, boy, that's a big advantage.
Oh, yeah. Any other sport has private coaches. Tiger Woods has a coach, for goodness sake. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know it has great value. All the tennis players have their own coaches.
Yeah, you can't see yourself play the way someone else can watch.
I always admired Jasmine Ocean's coach, Michael Newman. He would travel with her, and he would journal her matches, sometimes record his matches. They would work on things in between time. And he described some very cutting-edge training methods he uses with her. She's fit, works out to be a great player.
Yeah, she has a lot going for her. She has a training academy that's been open for about 3 or 4 years now, and she travels around Europe giving exhibitions.
The problem with most of the players in pool trying to have a private coach is that there's no budget for it.
Yeah.
Makes it really difficult. You almost have to get someone that knows the game and will volunteer. Ricky Evan inspects the rack. This time it'll be the 6-ball on the wing. Ricky moves away from the cushion, so he's going to bridge on the table. A lot of the guys bridge on the rail. This might be in an effort to keep the 1-ball from going past the side pocket. I like the way he aims this real careful. That was a nice break. Wing ball went in, but the 7-ball crossed the head string, and Ricky's got a shot. The 7 was almost not across the head string, which would have constituted an illegal break, which would have really been unfortunate for Team USA to give up the table with a layout like this. Carrying into the 4 really hurt the capacity to get at the 2 now. Completely blocked it.
You know, you always feel so much worse when you miss position for your partner than when you miss position for yourself.
You raise a good point, because team pressure is much different than individual pressure.
Oh, yeah.
And it's easy to get looking ahead and think, gosh, if I make this, I'll really help our team out. If I miss it, I'm really letting my team down. And that's something that you don't normally utilize.
And the pressure of playing for your country is huge.
Yeah, Ricky's looking at a 2-cushion kick.
Barely misses contact, but that gives ball in hand and delivers an opportunity to Europe.
Something that Chris Robinson brought up to me in the practice room yesterday was that the table, when he was kicking, always seemed like it went well short of what he was anticipating.
Yeah.
And if you look, all the fouls here have all been short.
Yes.
Including this one. It was a good effort, but still short, you know. So it would be something, if I was their coach, I would definitely mention that. Seems like everything's coming up short. Let's miss a few long here.
Yeah. Let's see if we can
Just
get
to balance
long.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, Yesterday in the practice room, Chris Robinson said, I aimed it to go long and it still went short. Now a nice open layout here. This would be to put Team Europe on the hill. Commanding position here to capture this match. Pretty draw stroke there. A lot of action on the cue ball. He didn't exactly get where he wanted, but it's still very doable. He's encouraging Andreas to go one cushion out to the center of the table, it looked like. He might have got a little straight. We might have to see another draw shot. No, top spin, 2 cushions to the center of the table.
If you're practicing at home, it's a good practice routine to make shots and try and get the cue ball to come back to the center of the table every time, because so many times the center of the table leaves you an open shot.
And a lot of the other position plays go through the center. So
you're right, right.
It's either to or through. That was well done. Routine 9-ball now. This would be Team Europe's 5th win. They lead the match 5 games to 1. Good look at Rob Johnson in the background there behind Team Europe wearing the green shirt. He's the president of the BCA. One of the co-producers of this, along with the European Pocket Billiards Federation. There's really no losers in this match, though. The whole sport gains from it, and it certainly provides a lot of great experience for the players, as well as invigorating and building for the future of our sport.
Yeah, it's exciting to get to know the stars of tomorrow, because that's who these folks are.
Yep. And gives them some great young experience that will carry them throughout their pool life.
As I look at them, I try to figure out which one's going to be the first world champion out of the group. You know?
Yeah.
Well, some of them already are world champions in juniors.
Right. Okay, Team USA backs against the wall now. They have to win every game. They need to win 5 in a row.
And they're in a position with Team Europe breaking. Their first goal is to get out of the chair.
Well, we have not seen any break and run-outs thus far in the match, so you got to figure you got a chance. But whether you do or you don't, you still have to be building up for that next opportunity, and you need to be sure to not make any more unforced errors. Andreas Madsen breaking. Two balls went in, ball across the headstring. Is that the 2-ball hanging? I think it is.
2 balls hanging in the corners. They've got a way to get started, and they've got a 4-9 combination that's going to be very tempting.
Not easy to get on it, though.
Not easy. It's never easy to get out of that pocket.
No. It's so deceptive.
I know when you first play the game, you think, oh, well, I got this made. But that cue ball does some funny things coming out of that corner. Like that.
Died just a little premature.
Yeah, the top spin caused it to die, and you get top spin on a ball just from it rolling down the table.
Yeah, Maxime was not pleased that it stopped right there in no man's land. Looks like he might be queuing up to play the bank.
If he does, he's got great shape on the 5. Came up short.
Well, this is a nice way to come to the table because the balls are all open and could be made. Oh, you hit the pocket rough there, Jerry. That doesn't portray a great deal of confidence because now the cue balls trickle away, so the cue ball naturally doesn't go from the 5 to the 6. So Ricky's going to have to do just a little bit more work. Yeah, the cue ball went 6 inches too far.
Yeah.
Okay, good recovery by Ricky Evans there. Even if he did fall straight here, that was all he could do. Good shot. Chris Robinson hails from Ventura, California. Plays with a lot of the great players out there. Ricky lodged the cue ball up against the cushion. That means that we'll probably just see a rolling ball hit on the 8. Oh, good shot there. Yep. Not easy to play position, so he manufactured position by colliding the cue ball purposefully into the 9. Very routine 9 now. Lays in front of Ricky Evans.
And Team USA grabs one back. They now trail in our match 5-2. Really wish to give our appreciation to CueSports International, CSI. It is their streaming equipment that we are using, and they have done a great job bringing all this equipment up here and setting it up.
We're located here at the Renaissance Schaumburg Hotel. It's a class act, a big place, befitting of something of this stature.
Well, for Team USA, this would be a great time for a golden break.
It certainly would.
Let that 9-ball disappear from the table.
You know, if you can claw your way back a game or two, that does start to put some pressure on the other team to close out the match, and they start to think, well, boy, we don't have it just yet. And then,
yeah, this is a tough shot to begin the match with. Yeah, one ball is a long way away, and you're going to be cueing over a ball.
Yeah, it's also not easy to play safe from here either. So
yeah,
Ricky may be forced to go. But like you said, you're slightly impeded by the 8, and the position's not certain. You got to make a tough back cut to a blind pocket.
You got to make sure you don't touch the 8 or the 2. There's a lot of complications on this shot.
That being said, you would hate to push out from here too. Whenever you push out, you're somewhat the underdog in that rack.
Yeah, with the balls together at the end of the table like that, I'd be looking for a place to hide. If he can maybe just bank the 1 ball so that it barely clears the 6 and then put the cue ball behind the 5, he'd be a happy man.
It would require a good shot.
Yes, it would. Everything he's going to do requires a good shot.
He went offense.
And got a safety.
All right, that's not the worst result. be hard to play a safe that was going to be that effective. So that's the good thing about when you play offense. Sometimes you pick up the backdoor safety unintended, but 15% of the time they just arrange themselves in a terrible, awkward spot. All right, well, that worked out. Chris Robinson comes to the table with an open look at the one on the side. Overcut it? No, perfect.
Yeah, if America could get through this rack and only be down 5-3, that could put some adrenaline in the arm of Team Europe. And adrenaline is not something you want.
Well, that's not where you wanted the cue ball at all.
No. He doesn't have a whole pocket for this combination. I'm curious what his plan B is going to be if this misses. Not the best result he could have gotten.
What's the biggest comeback you ever remember seeing in one of these tournament matches, Jerry?
Nick Varner playing Jim Rimpey in Portland, Maine at a Grady Matthews event. Varner was down 11-1 in a race to 12, came back and won at 12-11. And the strange thing about that is those two gentlemen met each other on the loser's side, and the tables were exactly reversed. And Varner was up 12-1, and Rimpey came back. 11-1, and Rimpey came back and won that one 12-11.
Oh, what a remarkable story that is!
It was an amazing thing to watch.
I will not be able to top you now, Jerry.
Well, just leave the booth. Oh, what a shot!
That was. Yeah, that's winning pool right there.
Andreas has to come with a tough shot now as well.
A good aggressive shot, and he hit that with a nice accelerating stroke through the cue ball, which suggests he's very confident.
You know, the 7 ball being that close to the 8, that could create a challenge when you shoot that 7 ball to get shape on the 8, depending on where you are.
Yeah, I think you're starting to talk about maybe the last of the American hopes in this match.
Yeah.
Although he has a big task in front of himself here to get position. Glided that ball into the pocket nicely. Got Maxime away from the rail. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good for Team Europe.
This is still one of those shots where your eyes are looking away from the pocket, so those can always be bobbled. Unless you're young and skilled and brave and
Yes.
have no nerves. Ah, youth. I hate them. Everything that used to be mine is now theirs.
Is he going to try to bump the 8 slightly?
Yeah, I think he's going to have to.
Looks like he's rolling, though. No. Oh, okay, well done. Yeah. Played it
boy.
at speed so it wouldn't lodge on the rail.
Yeah, the fat lady is warming up in the wings.
Yeah, very routine 9 ball now for the match. And Jerry, if you were to comment as to what the turning point of this match was, or a tipping point, what would you have to say?
I think when Europe came out with a big 3-0 lead, they put America in such a psychological hole that they weren't going to dig out of it. There were a lot of errors on both sides early on, but the score kept going up on the European side, not on the American side, and when you get down that far, you get down on yourself.
Well, great job as always, Jerry, and for those of you, stay tuned. We've got some more exciting action. 5 minutes from now, we'll have the female players and Team USA's hopes.